Thanks for clicking. The Toronto Regional Real Estate Board released the GTA's housing market data for the month of October today, showing a massive slowdown in sales since this point in time last year, but relatively stable pricing since this point in time last month. The stall in sales comes as we're seeing multiple troubling stories coming out of Toronto's real estate market, with condos not selling, to real estate agents publicly eating their young, link in the description, to real estate lawyers being hailed as the frontline workers of a sharp market drop.
You know what? You.
You didn't see it, but I said lawyers are frontline workers with a straight face.
You know what?
Indeed, as we'll see, news coming out of Toronto shows a real estate market that is under strain, as the 350 basis points of rate hikes that we've seen this year work their way through the system. So what I want to do today is go over Toronto's real estate data in October, take a look at some of the trends being reported by these frontline real estate lawyers, and then discuss what to look for next. Speaking of next, we are waiting for the release of Canada's national real estate data coming from the GTARealEstate in a little over a week, and we'll obviously have an update out on that data on this channel. Click like and subscribe if you want to get those updates, but for now, let's get into Toronto's real estate market. First off, the benchmark price. If you'll remember, the benchmark price is the price of a home which represents the most popular set of features. The benchmark price in Toronto was down in October to $1,098,200, about a $12,000 drop from September's $1,111,000 benchmark price. However, the average price of a home in Toronto was up in October, up to $1,089,428, about a $3,000 difference from September's $1,086,700. However, the median price of a home was down in October. The median price, if you'll remember, that's where half as many homes were sold for over that price and half as many were sold for under that price. The median price of a home in October was $940,500, which was down about $5,000 from September's $945,000. But homes in Toronto are still going under asking price, although not by that much. The sales to list price ratio measures by how much a home sells over or under asking price. So if a home was listed for $100,000 and sells for $98,000, the sales to list price ratio would be 98%. The sales to list price ratio in October remained unchanged at 98% and was also 98% in September. So no change in the amount of money that homes are going for under asking price in October. With that said, we do have some more inventory in Toronto in October. The months of inventory measurement, that's if no more homes came to market, how long would it take for there to be no more listings available to buy in Toronto's market. The months of inventory measurement was up to 1.6 in October, up 0.2 months from September's 1.4. So if no more listings at all came to market, Toronto would be out of homes for sale in 1.6 months. So the benchmark price down $12,000, the average price up about $3,000, the median price down about $5,000. Homes are still selling for about 2% under their asking price, and we have about 0.2 more months worth of inventory on the market. All in all, a slowing market, but not by that much. And although pricing has stayed relatively stable since this point in time last month, new listings are down 11.6% since this point in time last year, and sales are way down since this point in time last year, down 49.1%. And while listings are at a 12-year low, a 50% drop in the number of homes sold, especially when prices are remaining relatively unchanged, shows a market where sellers are holding on. They're not willing to budge and accept major price reductions as of yet. And we can see this with the average days on market, which was up 83% from this point in time last year. Sellers are letting their homes sit on the market for longer rather than accepting major price reductions.
So you're rich, huh? Oh yeah.
So all in all, prices are relatively stable. Sellers are not selling their homes at major price reductions, instead choosing to let their homes sit on the market for longer, and this has led to an almost 50% reduction in the number of sales since this point in time last year. But the slowing of the market is bringing more stories of distressed deals, and when we get distressed deals where problems are occurring, people get sued. Toronto lawyer John Zanatti noted that the number one issue he is seeing is buyers having problems lining up financing, securing financing on the properties they bought. We've talked about the need for a finance condition numerous times on this channel, as when buyers go in firm, don't have a finance condition, and that finance condition falls down, they can and do get sued. And although this is indeed happening, we've talked about it before on this channel, some lawyers in Toronto are noting some more creative solutions that are being arrived at by buyers and sellers. Some buyers who cannot come up with a certain level of financing are going back to the sellers and asking for a discount to just get the deal done. And some sellers are agreeing to it. If you're a home seller and you know you can't get blood from stone and you're looking at a lengthy court process, and in the meantime you still have to relist and sell your home anyway, probably at a discount, you're going to be more likely to accept a lower price on your home just to get it over with. And although this is great news for those buyers who are able to get their sellers to do so, in other cases, some buyers are asking their sellers to do vendor take-back mortgages. Essentially, the seller holds a second mortgage on the property being sold. So very quickly, say the purchase price of a home is $1 million and the bank is only going to fund 80% of that purchase price or the value. If the value comes in at $900,000, the bank is only going to loan $720,000 and the buyers only have $200,000 cash. So there's an $80,000 shortfall, and the seller of that home is holding that $80,000 as a second mortgage on that property in order to close the deal.
You're fired.
And while vendor take-back mortgages does work in some cases, hardly ever, but in some cases, it only works when the holder of the first mortgage agrees to it. Toronto lawyer Bhupinder Lamba says that even if the seller agrees to a vendor take-back mortgage, or the buyer is able to secure more mortgage financing elsewhere, the lender, the first mortgage lender, be it TD, Scotia, etc., has to agree to allow that secondary financing. And if they don't agree and the buyers try to do it anyway, that's mortgage fraud. From my own experience, I can say that this hardly ever works. And Lamba says that when buyers find out that this isn't going to work, that the first mortgage lender isn't going to allow this secondary financing, that's when he's getting them come to him to say, okay, now what do I do? Now it's damage control time, which Lamba says he is seeing a lot of. So all in all, prices remaining relatively stable in Toronto. Sales way down from this point in time last year, and we're seeing a number of buyers come up with creative solutions, from asking for further discounts to asking home sellers to be essentially mortgage lenders to some cases of attempted mortgage fraud, according to some lawyers in Toronto. Definitely an interesting market going on in Toronto's real estate market right now. The TRREB, the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board, says that it wouldn't take much of an uptick in demand for prices to pop back up. But with interest rates continuing to go up, with the Fed going 75 basis points yesterday, and the Bank of Canada already announcing that we should be waiting for more interest rate hikes to come, it's not clear that that demand is going to be forthcoming anytime soon. Buyers and sellers are currently waiting each other out. Sellers aren't willing to accept further price reductions, and buyers aren't willing to purchase at the prices being offered by sellers, especially with interest rates for the most part being over 5%. So we're definitely looking at a waiting game between buyers and sellers who can wait each other out the longest as the cost of borrowing continues to go up, which affects both. With that said, we will continue to track Toronto's real estate market on this channel. If you want to get those updates, make sure you click like and subscribe. But for now, thanks so much for watching.